Looking from your telescope, take me on this journey home. I don't wanna wait no more.
Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel and welcome if you are new. My name is Haley and today I'm going to be doing an everyday kind of makeup routine that I've been going for this winter, and I was not that inclined to show y'all this today because of this gal right here, but I was like, you know what, whatever, like this happens. It was just unfortunate timing, but I was like, literally everyone gets zits every once in a while and it's not a big deal. Let's get into it, shall we? I of course already started with some moisturizer and sunscreen because that is very, you know, essential. And I don't use any primer. I feel like moisturizer is plenty for me. I'm actually gonna go ahead and take off my ring and pull back my hair. Now I didn't used to pull back my hair when I did my makeup, but now that I have short hair, it just gets in the way. I try to try out new things, but one thing I can never stray away from is my Healthy Skin foundation. You guys, this stuff is so good. I have two shades. That's the only issue they have is their shade range isn't the best, but I have MN3 and MC1, so they're both medium. I'm not medium, do better. I just go ahead and take the lighter color, so MC1, and I put it kind of on the high points of my face. Stunning. And blend it out. What I love about this foundation is that it's so natural looking. It never ever makes me feel cakey or just like loaded on or anything like that. I feel that way very easily. So I absolutely love this foundation. It is more of like a medium coverage foundation. It's nothing crazy. I would rather have my skin's natural kind of like glow almost show through rather than having more of like a cakey texture. Okay, so next what I do is, again, a classic. I swear there's gonna be things that have changed, but this e.l.f. cream contour palette, this is it. I really am obsessed with this stuff. I always just use the darkest shade just because I have to use the least when I use the darkest shade, but theoretically I could really use any of the shades, but I just put it on like kind of like my cheekbone area and also on my temples. Is that what you would call this? I don't know. I just kind of go for it. So then I just blend. What I love so much about this product is that it is so blendable and buildable, and that's what I think is amazing. You can really make it as dramatic as you want, whether you want something really bold, like a really bold contour, or if you want just a natural kind of sun-kissed glow. It can give you either one, and I think that's awesome. So I really like this cream contour palette, plus it's like I think $5, which is awesome. So next I'm going to go ahead and dip into this lighter shade, which again for some skin tones would definitely be a little too light, so you might have to do some mixing. I just go in with actually this little, I think it's a synthetic brush that was in my Urban Decay Naked palette that I no longer own, but I love this brush for carving out my contour. It's amazing. So it's kind of intense, it's kind of dramatic, but it's really not a big deal because I'm going to blend it out. You'll notice that it's not also like perfectly even, which again doesn't really matter because you end up just kind of going in and blending it out. And I know symmetry is apparently beauty, but the most beautiful people in the world have been proven to not actually be that symmetrical. Like apparently Angelina Jolie is like asymmetrical as F, so rock the asymmetry, it's fine. Okay, moving along. Next, what I do is I go in with my bronzer, and so I've really been into this warm bronzer from Cover FX. It is the Duo in Sun Kissed Bronze. Okay, perfect name because it really gives you that sun-kissed glow, which is so perfect for this time of year because I feel like I'm lacking. I'm a little pale right now, haven't seen the sun too much, just kind of go for it. And I really am sparing with this stuff because it comes off real easy. So you'll notice that I'm looking very sun-kissed. Bring it down my neck. What is essential that you must do now is blend it out. I should have mentioned this, but this is the e.l.f. Ultimate Blending Brush. I literally use it for everything. blending wise on my face. I use it for my foundation, I use it to blend out my blush, bronzer, everything, and I feel like using the same brush for everything kind of makes everything cohesive because it gets everything on it, if that makes sense. And so it kind of just lets everything melt together. It's really great. Probably noticed that it just kind of made everything a little bit softer. So yeah, that's all I'm looking for. Now I'm gonna go in with my NARS Dolce Vita blush. I'm obsessed with this stuff. I'm gonna take my Real Techniques, I think, blush brush, just kind of dab it on. So I'm once again really generous with the blush. I put it all over my cheeks, all over my nose, and that's because I'm again going to kind of go in and blend it out with my blending brush. And for my blush, instead of doing kind of more of that blending motion, I'm actually going to kind of tap it out, if that makes sense. So something more like this. I find I like the way that it looks best if I use this technique. Nice. So I look really rosy, but you know what? The older I get, the more I realize I like that. So I don't use powder because to me the blush and bronzer is enough powder. It got in this T-zone area, which is where I struggle. So we're all good. I'm going to work on my brows now. I use the L'Oreal Brow Stylist Definer, and I have the color Brunette, and I just brush out my brows first, and I kind of give it like a little bit of an upward look. Not too upward, but at the end I kind of like try to spread out the hairs if I can. And then I simply fill it in with the pencil side of the eyebrow definer. So simple as that. I really have no rhyme or reason with this. I just kind of fill in where I think there should be more volume. And then at the end of it, I go back in and brush through again, just to kind of soften everything. All right, real quick, done with the brows. Alrighty, so let's head to our eyes now. I'm going to be using this e.l.f. little palette, the bite-sized eyeshadow palette in Cream and Sugar, and I just take this darkest kind of rich mocha, kind of this chocolate color I'm wearing right now, and I take it on an angled brush. I have the Sigma Small Angle E65, and it's just a angled little liner brush, and I tap into the e.l.f. shadow, and I start on the inner part of my eye and work my way out. So you want to do this instead of starting on the wing itself, because if you start with a bunch of product on your liner brush and you start on the wing part, your wing is not going to be perfect with shadow, and so it's just going to look skippy. It just might not be the best, if that makes sense. You want to have just a little bit of product and build it up into like a perfect wing. So what you'll notice is that you end up with a really soft, subtle wing, which is super beautiful and understated and not so harsh, and I really like that. So I really like using dark brown instead of black. I feel like even though it is eyeshadow and eyeshadow is more subtle and not as harsh, brown just makes it even more kind of, I don't know, just like soft and understated in a very like natural way. Now for the final step, I'm just going to take my really dirty, Revlon eyelash curler, and then this Benefit roller lash. I've really been liking this because it separates your eyelashes so well. It's been my go-to just because I personally like the look of really long, really like fluttery lashes. I'm trying to like get a close-up shot. And you'll notice that I get it all over my lids, but it's fine. I will take a Q-tip later and get it off. So you see how long and like separated my eyelashes are? It's amazing. But not like spidery at the same time. Like I don't know, it just works really good. I like it. My method is kind of just like blink, and that'll probably be fun, you know? So that's usually what I do. So yeah, nice and long and fluttery. Simple as that. My eyes look so dark on camera. The makeup looks a lot heavier on camera than it does in real life, so not sure what that's about, but it's nice and simple. Oh, I'm going the wrong way. Okay, you guys, so I went ahead and just took a Q-tip and took off the excess, and this is the look. So I really like it. It's so simple. I'm very simple when it comes to makeup. This is like me when I'm doing my makeup a lot. This is pretty much as hard as you'll see me go, but I really like the look and I hope that y'all do as well. And if you did enjoy this video, I'd really appreciate a thumbs up, subscribe if you would like to see more, and that's about it. I will see you all in my next video. Bye.